Yonder spoilers reveal that Kyle may betray Kyle's trust, which will surprise everyone. When Jack realizes that his son, Kyle Abbott, is increasingly drawn into Victor Newman's influence, he cannot sit still. Victor Newman, with his sharp manipulation and strategy, has turned Kyle into a pawn in his power game, which Jack cannot accept. Jack's concerns stem not only from Kyle being influenced by Victor, but also from the potential risks that this alliance may pose to Jabot. The alliance between Kyle and Victor, if left unchecked, could lead to unpredictable complications, especially in the fiercely competitive cosmetics industry where Jabot is a leader. Jack realizes that Victor, with his influence, can easily drag Kyle into unnecessary fights, endangering both Kyle's career and the Abbott family business. With this in mind, Jack decides to take action to protect his family's legacy and pull Kyle out of the hostile territory Victor has created. Jack understands that to confront Victor, he needs to be just as ruthless and cunning. In the upcoming revelations, Jack will execute a bold strategy to sabotage the prospects of Glissade, the company that Kyle and Audra Charles are trying to build. Jack knows that Glissade has great potential, but also realizes that Kyle and Audra have not yet fully grasped the opportunity to exploit this potential. Audra, with her cautious personality, has voiced concerns about Kyle's provocative tendencies towards Jack, especially when Jack could use Jabot's power to sabotage Glissade before it really takes off. With Glissade struggling, Jack sees this as the perfect opportunity to act. Jabot, as a leading force in the cosmetics industry, offers Jack many opportunities to cause significant damage to Glissade. If Jack commits to this goal, he can exploit Glissade's current weaknesses to create a disaster for Kyle and Audra's company. For Jack, protecting Kyle is paramount, and he is willing to take any measures, including sabotaging Glissade from the start. Jack's plan may begin at Glissade's upcoming product launch party. This is an event that Audra and Kyle have put all their efforts into preparing for, hoping to create a big hit in the cosmetics industry. However, Jack has already planned to turn the event into a memorable failure. As Audra and Kyle argue about the direction of the party, Jack secretly plans to attack. He knew that if Glissade failed to make a strong impression at its launch, the company would be overshadowed by its competitors, especially Jabot. Jack could easily stage a more lavish event that would outshine Glissade's efforts with the cutting-edge services Jabot was developing. This would not only detract from Glissade's attention, but would also strengthen Jabot's position in the eyes of the media and customers. Jabot might be working on a phenomenal product or service, and if Jack played his cards right, Glissade's event could become a laughingstock with very few attendees. Jack could also ensure that Jabot received positive press coverage, while launching a smear campaign to make Glissade look like a complete disaster. Jack's goal was clear: he had to get Kyle away from Victor, and that meant destroying Glissade if necessary. For Jack, protecting his son and the family legacy is more important than anything else, and he is willing to do anything to achieve it. But it is not just about sabotage. Jack wants to prove that he can be as ruthless and cunning as Victor himself. This is not just a battle for power, but also about pride and protecting his family. While Jack prepares to execute his plan, Kyla and Audra are still unaware of the danger that lies ahead. They continue to focus on the launch event, believing that Glissade will make a strong mark. But with Jack's determination and strong support from Jabot, Glissade's future is becoming more uncertain than ever. As the launch date approaches, tensions rise among everyone. Audra, with her sharp instincts, may begin to see signs of trouble, but will she be able to stop Jack before it's too late? And how will Kyle, torn between family loyalty and personal ambition, react when he discovers his father's plot? The answer remains unclear, but one thing is certain: what happens at this launch event will determine the fate of not only Glissade, but also Kyle and Jack's relationship. The confrontation between the Abbotts and Victor Newman promises to plunge Genoa City into a new power struggle, where no one can predict the outcome. Subscribe to Yonder for the latest news.